It's been a great weekend for you. I'm 13 First Alert meteorologist Darren Meyer, and as we look ahead to this next full week of July, well, we're going to start it off very summer-like and then cool it down and make it more comfortable. In fact, things are going to get very quiet, and we have some great weather to look forward to. But we've got to get through one more potentially stormy day. That is for tomorrow, as we will have the threat for scattered storms, and also a few of those could be severe, but still a lot of questions on that. Looks like we would favor southern areas for that possibility. After the next front slides through, cooler and drier air will be taking over. We'll start to feel that on Tuesday, and then for the rest of the week, looks quite comfortable and really ideal for outdoor activities. This afternoon's high temperatures were pretty typical of mid-July. In fact, within a few degrees of average, mostly in the mid-80s, a few upper 80s, including Green Bay and Milwaukee. La Crosse 86, Eau Claire 85. But it has been very humid, and we've seen those dew points flirting with the low 70s here the last couple of days. Today, even a few places approaching the mid 70s. That is that tropical air that makes it feel very sticky and uncomfortable outside. And when that sun is shining, well, it just makes you sweat very quickly. As far as storms go, radar, I'm happy to say, is a lot quieter the early part of this evening. We are seeing a few cells developing way up to the north and parts of Sawyer County. This is with a subtle boundary coming through, and these are tracking to the east-southeast. There is a small chance that we could see a stray shower or storm in the area later on tonight, but it is going to be a much quieter night overall. Notice upstream to our west, not seeing any development at this time. Temperature-wise, it's plenty warm throughout Minnesota and the Dakotas. There have been a few spots that have reached 90 degrees this afternoon. Going into tonight, I do think with light winds and clear to partly cloudy skies, we should have a chance to drop down into the mid and upper 60s. That's where we began our Sunday. And then for tomorrow, we're back in the 80s. Questions on how warm we get will be based on shower and storm development. Some of that could be around in the morning and then more so later into the afternoon. But again, one of those things that will play a factor in those temperatures. I think mid 80s certainly within reach. Couple of weak systems, one in southern Wisconsin. Here's that little boundary coming through, tapping the storms up farther to the north, and then we have a warm front and another low, and this is a system, one more that we've got to get through with those storm chances before things quiet down. Looking at tonight, again, pretty quiet overall, but conditions will favor at least some instability that could lead to a stray shower or storm, but again, pretty isolated. Then for tomorrow, big question marks on storm coverage. There is some indication we could have some activity around in the morning and then quiet for a while, maybe by later in the afternoon. We'll get some heating, instability increases. We'll have another chance of scattered storms. That's when they could be severe. And then things quiet down at night. Dew points will be dropping. Temperatures will start to cool off. Looks like we should see a good amount of sunshine on Tuesday. High pressure to our west, northwesterly flow. It'll take a couple of days for that high to build overhead. Speaking of the severe threat for tomorrow, parts of the area under a level 2 of 5 risk, roughly from the Chippewa Valley, that's south of Highway 8, down through the Coulee region. Level 1 risk farther north. For tonight, mid-60s for lows, light winds, maybe a stray shower or storm. Tomorrow's the warmest day of the next several, mid-80s, a chance of scattered storms, and then the next front slides through, brings some relief from the higher heat and humidity. Temperatures drop below average through the middle and later part of the week. We gradually warm back into the 80s by the weekend. That's your latest forecast. Join us tonight on WEAU 13 News at 10.